Hi, this is Mrs. Nelson. We're looking at illustrative math for 7th grade. This is Unit 8, Lesson 14, Sampling in a Fair Way. The objective states, I know that selecting a sample at random is usually a good way to get a representative sample. I can describe ways to get a random sample from a population. We're going to look at the warm-up from this lesson. The warm-up is 14.1, Ages of Moviegoers. A survey was taken at a movie theater to estimate the average age of moviegoers. Here is a dot plot showing the ages of the first 20 people surveyed. So I'm going to look at this dot plot. I'll notice that what we're measuring is age in years, and so you can see that the ages are between 4 and 11 years old, and yet we're at the movies. Most of the people that are there are 9 years old. Question number 1 for our warm-up says, what questions do you have about the data from the survey? Well, the first question I have is, if this is the first 20 people surveyed, is where are their parents? I'm not sure how we have this many young people that are able to talk to a surveyor without the parents like wondering why they're talking to this random person. So where are their parents? If this is a field trip and this is a bunch of students from a school or a summer camp or something like that, where are their leaders? So I guess my big question that defines those both is, where are the adults? Why is a surveyor able to talk to all of these children without talking to a single adult? Question 2 says, what assumptions would you make based on these results? I would assume that this is a group of children that's not being very well supervised. My assumption is that the adults that are there are probably caught up talking to each other, or they're on their cell phones or something. I'm also assuming that since there are so many young people, maybe this is a special event. Maybe this is one of those summer movies where you pay $1 to watch a movie that's already been released, and it's an older movie, and they just are trying to get a bunch of people at the movie theater to remember that the movie theater exists. So maybe it's one of those special events. Maybe this is a field trip. Maybe this is a birthday party for a 9-year-old kid, and that's why there's a bunch of young people. Maybe the adults that are with them are just really timid. I don't know. There's a lot of assumptions that you could make about this data, but I'm mostly still coming back to this of where are the adults. So when I think about this being a representative sample, I don't think this is a representative sample, because if you think about the movie theaters, usually there's an adult for every child or every 2 or 3 or 4 children, because most families that are really large can't afford to go to the movies anyway. So to be at the movies, you probably have a smaller family, so there should be, at least 10 or so adults with the number of students or children that are surveyed here. So I don't think this is a representative sample of what you would typically see at a movie theater. It's important that you think about these kinds of things and wonder about the data, so that you don't just take it at face value when there could be information about the data that is misleading. Thanks for watching.